Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Viper against Stark winner bracket finals of Masters of Arena 5 here in a best of 7 coming your way. I have some troubles with my voice, but still trying to give my best, guys, and we will see how this series goes down. Let's take a quick look at the civilizations again, and we have the Viper going for Indians, Turks, Britons, Malians and Vikings. And Stark on the other side still has left Spanish, Slavs, Ethiopians, Celts and Portuguese. Obviously, we will only see games here on Arena. So pretty excited to see that. The Viper, obviously, the super big favorite here. And it would be a huge upset, maybe the biggest one of the tournament, if he isn't going through with somewhat of a clear performance here. But Stark is a tricky guy. He has special tactics. He didn't have the worst Civ picks ever, so I'm curious what we will see out of him, and I'm also curious how they will pick their civilizations with what strategy. And we are just jumping into game number 1 here. We will see Stark in the purple trunks playing the Spanish here. The board is attacking another villager, and on the right hand side we have the star player from Norway. He's playing Malians, so going for the bit better eco, maybe in the long run trying to count for on Farimba. Stark most likely trying to go for something including conquistadors, maybe. Oh, maybe an early castle, late trying to build forward castle. Maybe just defensively as well, which is a more likely situation. Maybe even behind here. Yeah, it's kind of an open map. Has nice defensive spots when it comes to stone, and an extra gold spot here at the top. Has the deer pretty close by as well to push them into the berries or even TC. So that's pretty sweet as well. On the wall, not really sure where his best defensive TC build could be. Viper trying to scout his back map as well. Should maybe even see that he has a 3-tile extra gold spot there. And then maybe try to go for some pushing of his deer. Something he's not going for at the moment. That seems like a 5th villager on berries as well. Yeah, my screen count when it comes to pyramids. That's what I'm always saying. And that's why St4rk once in his life has a successful day. Ooh, not even finding those sushi. Oh, that was so mean of me. Spec dashboard is bugged, shows an idle will for Stark from very beginning. Well, he has an idle will. I already showed that several times. And now he has 2 idle villages. So 1. And it's honestly a tough one to see, and you don't really press idle hotkey at that phase too often. You should somehow see it. I believe like people that spam hotkeys more, like Slam would always see it, Rio would always see it, just because they're clicking so much in Dark Age as well. My recipe for influenza or similar phenomena: lemon, honey, ginger and very important vinegar with hot water. Thank you so much. I'll just try to sleep and rest my voice a bit. That would make sense. But tomorrow, German day, school every day. I don't really see myself resting too much. Big party at the weekend. Oh, my. That's bad, man. Okay, now advancing to Feudal Age, pop 28 for Stark. Obviously needs to go a bit higher there since he has 3 villagers on stone. On the other side, the Viper is playing pop 27 with quite a lot of villagers on farms already, not having access to his deer. What is it what you teach kids in school? The meaning of life. So basically, Stark has been behind 1 villager for like 10 minutes. Might even get higher. Maybe it's a challenge. Maybe the Gao gave him... Oh, now he found him. We were there, guys. When he got idle. When he chilled 10 minutes. And when he got back to work. And that's actually quite a bit of resources they lost. Nearly Mass says 200 food lost. Roughly. He is 10 minutes idle. Aye. TJN caster. Hydrate, hydrate. I already drank so much today. Because I had a small headache as well. Couldn't be... Oh god, he's even -4 sheep. Oh, that's unfortunate as well. Yeah. Okay, the market will see it at least. That's so weird. -4 sheep here. How did that happen? And this start won't be good. -2 villagers there. Not a lot of extra food. Might even need to use the market a bit. Maybe sell 200 wood, buy 100 food or something like that. Oh, Viper attacking some walls. Maybe check food collected from the dashboard. Even going for loom now. Okay, I didn't want to use the market. Food collected indeed says he is roughly 150 behind. Well, now dropping off a bit, obviously. But wood heavily behind. Viper is more. And that's up by roughly the stone amount. So I would say 150 food less. Oh, expert caster here. Are those walls really needed? Honestly, I'm not sure. Viper going for all the upgrades, not on stone. And this looks like he will go for some monkeys. If a player doesn't tower rush for 3 matches, he should be disqualified. Wouldn't that be interesting? Why is he going for so many walls? Honestly, is he expecting... Yeah, he has to be expecting... I'm not muted. How's it called? Siege tower. Siege tower. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, siege tower. He's expecting siege tower and crossbowman as it seems. But he will get into 2 monasteries here, the Viper. Even then, fast siege tower. Well, it could be in like 1 minute. Maybe too much on stone now. Would you say that Malians have to finish the game in late castle because they lack imp upgrades? Or just about anything? Halves, blast furnace, racer, siege engineers? Not really. Remember that they don't really need blast furnace if they go on to camels, because they have Farimba. That's +7 for them anyways, instead of +4. And well, they have very big defense upgrades there if he wants to fight ranged units. That's not too bad either. You have very good siege. I don't mind going into the long game there. Camel, SO, traps, castles. Not too bad. When you're 1 minute behind castle and your answer shows so slow. Feels bad, man. Oh, Stark taking the first kill of the series here. The Viper most likely will take the first relic of the series. Trying to run around here. Scout is around. Stark could maybe see this and try to intercept. With the second kill, Viper's trying to go for some conversion. Oh, got this quite early here. Viper hacks are real. And yeah. Having conscription really helped out there. But I think he would have survived anyways. Now even going for favor. Something we don't see too often. Trying to chase down the monk here. Will get it. Now killing the scout and suddenly Viper's KT 0-3. Got some conversions. Let's take a look at what he does against the rest. Now 1 converts. Now should go for the heal. And that's going to be a toughie for Mr. Stark. one TC out here at the side, and 3 TCs already for the Viper. Always see the drafts on AOE2TM.net for sure. Just click last draft to catch up with that. Guys in pajamas, greater conquistadors? Maybe. Seems like they got some extra rolling for them. Villager count now 8 more for the Viper, even going for rear barrel. TC number 3 around the corner for Stark. Quite later, Viper even going for force TC. Question is where will it try to build it? Maybe at the stone over here, or maybe over at the gold. We'll see. Not really using it so far. Why is he buying 100 stone if he is on stone? That's surprising to me. I'm going for the TC and actually waited for 275 wood. Something you don't really need to do. Especially if you're, well, yeah. Playing the Malian bonus, and something I don't really like, queuing up farms here in Castle Age. That's another reason why he delayed his TC. So that's actually a mistake you should never do. You should never queue up farms in Castle Age. Only in late to very late Imperial Age. Relic number 3 on his way. 1 conquistador. Viper trying to dodge here, trying to get his friends over. Relic number 4 on the way, and relic number 5. The Viper can play the long game. Question is, what does he really want to go for? Maybe Gibetto and Camels could be his option. Viper even, oh, doing that was people have been requesting for ages now. To build a defensive monastery, so that in case he gets pushed over here, he won't lose all 5 of his relics. Take a look if he's getting some converts in, shouldn't use all the monks, that's why he's clicking for back. Only 2 lost his monk juice, let's take a look. Needs to get more conversions off, needs to drop off the relic as well. And it seems like that's 5 conversions, well, make that 6 conversions. And that looks like a solid win here for the Viper. Even microing back his monks. This was so well done for the Viper. Aye. Quick, beautiful conversions. The Viper is on the way to Imperial Age. And on the other side, Stark in a world of trouble. Actually squeezing in handcart because he didn't have the university at the time. Now dropping off all the food. And this is looking pretty sexy for him. On the other side, we have Stark with 3 TCs, 20 villagers behind, not on the way to Imperial Age. Now going for TC number 4. This will be very tough for him at the moment. The Viper has more conquistadors than Stark, and not by the smallest of margins as well. Not that heavy on the second stone spot. That's interesting. Not the barrack spot that I like the most. It isn't super unlikely that a villager or a unit will trap himself behind here. But maybe he's just building that barracks to build more stables. Just controlling that front area, moving more and more relics to the back. Yeah, everyone. So many people have to be so happy with that. And indeed, now going for the stables. So that will be for Rimba. That will be an aggressive castle, and Stark will be in a world of trouble. While you go Kongs versus Malians, what should you go for? For the boom game when you're 20 builds behind? Well, he doesn't know that he's 20 builds behind, and what else can he do? Did Viper delete that monastery? I believe he deleted one, right? To build more stables, maybe? I'm not sure. It is weird. It is weird for sure. It's like the Viper. Well, he did scout it. Good for him. Trying to kill that outpost now. Small guaranteed damage. Not too important. Now going for bloodlines and the +2 defense. He will just go for Rimba camels. Will go for traps. And he just looks in such a dominant position. At the other side we have Stark. Still in castle age, booming away with 400 food. Trying to go for mass monks now? That's not really an option. That's not really an option if you ask me. Inquisition, okay. Isn't that the upgrade to give monks some more defense or something? Let's take a quick look, and it is improved conversion. -1 versus unit, -7 versus buildings, +2 chance of conversions versus buildings. Ay. And going for mass. What is that? Defensive outpost rush. Okay. I'm not too sure if I like that. Okay. So Stark playing this. Oh, well, he is really trying to get a lot of vision here. Trying to abuse the line of sight advantage to them with his monks. Trying to go for atonement. Trying to block this off. Does he maybe think that the Viper played this fast imp and is preparing for a big monk rush? But the Viper actually has 80 more villagers than Stark thought. Seems like it. So I might have learned the outpost rush from MBL. Not too likely. Castle will go down. I like that he's not trying to repair it. There's no chance of holding that anyways. But how many conversions he thinks he can get in? Look at that amount of camels. Only forging coming now. And trying to get that gate done. Stark is going for mass halberdiers. So, somewhat of a composition. How is he not noticing that? Well, he didn't get an attack sign, right? We were at his point of view and we didn't hear any attack. That was not very fortunate for him. Military count at the moment 8 to 46. Rarely, very rarely is that working out. Maybe 8 elephants against 46 skirmishes. But, well. Okay, now even going for Farimba, which I believe just finished. 7 plus 7 on those camels. And going for mass light cap as well after seeing all those monasteries. The Viper is in such a demanding position. You just mix commanding and dominating position. Commanding position. Ay. Okay, now monks coming out. Light cap are around though. Will snag even only with 2 hits those conscripts, those sanctity monks. Kind of ugly. Come for pikeman +1/+1. Not really going to happen. And he didn't even show all those camels. I wouldn't be surprised if we end this game before a real fight is happening. Now the monks trying to go for some conversions. Camels coming over. Stark is tapping out GG. This was a very one-sided game here. And Stark has got heavy converts against him here early on. That was an ugly spot that he put himself in, and yeah, Viper just going for the perfect counter strategy. Got the beautiful converts in that middle fight here. When he had, like, I believe 6 monks against 9 or 10, maybe even 10 conquistadors, and got all the 6 converts done. Even dropping off the relic there with the monk and getting another convert. That was just so beautiful for him. And then he was just in full control. Kitty in the end, Stark only killed 11 units. Yeah, he got 1 convert, but, well, not the greatest thing ever. Viper, so much ahead there when it comes to all the resources. Food was kind of close, but not really important. And that looked like a very, very not on point game that was Stark. That I had a villager for ages, and then not trying to micro the Kongs too much. Yeah. Lions gone for the Vipers, Spanish gone for Stark. So his first and second pick already gone. One by Vito, one in the first game, and being down. Not the greatest scenario for him. Now it's the first time where we can somewhat start to wreck our brains. Slav killed. I think he should squeeze in one of those now. So the Viper, I believe, should go for Turks now. I think Stark that needs to do a lot of castle pressure. I think it would be somewhat natural for Stark to go for one of his siege civilizations and for Viper to go for Turks. At least that's what I'm kind of expecting. I think Turks were pretty strong against all those civilizations. Yep. For 0 incoming, it wouldn't be super unlikely. I was asking if Stark was AFK. Well, he built an early castle, so that killed your eco. He went into Kongs, that's bad for your eco. His GCs were late. And then went into Monks. And some pikemen after that. Viper had a solid boom there. Guys, I'm the mastermind of civilization picking, by the way. Here, this guy. That's why you tune in. Because you see all the behind the scenes. What's going on in the minds of the great players? Or I just had luck. I might even drink a tea, which I never do. Maybe in between the next 2 games I might make myself a tea. I never drink tea. Snake is eating meanwhile, full disrespect. At least he's not going AFK himself. Person once mentioned the 3-second conversion on Scout Hack. That's true. Tea is best? Okay. I actually don't like tea that much. But I have still some from our Brighton meetup. I brought some tea. It's going to be some lemon Earl Grey or something. Bought some better ones, I believe. I'm not familiar with the AoE competitive scene. Welcome! Which scale of tournament is this? The prize pool is a bit more than $1,000. Out of the top 30 players in the world, probably 15 competed. The tournament overall had like 40 players. And that's for this scene one of the bigger tournaments, especially because a lot of very big names are competing. The Viper and this one is the best player on the world, for example. So every tournament he is in, people are getting excited. Next game, Viper will go full disrespect and win in late castle with 50 longsword men. Don't see that happening. Maybe with Persians. Squad man rush with persons would be pretty sexy, right? I think so. Just to get a challenge? Well, late stages of tournaments aren't really the spot where you want to get some challenges, right? Let's jump into game number 2 here. And what did I say and tell you about the civilizations? I said Stark will most likely go for St4rk Celts, and therefore Viper should pick some Turk action. And that's exactly what happened. So maybe Stark should have thought one another level, one more level. I just know the Viper. Basically the only player I heard of. Thanks for the explanation. Well, he is the best player, and if you ask a random guy, give me a name of an Age of Empires player, they say always nearly AoE. And after that, they will probably say Viper. So it makes sense that you are in this channel and that you heard of him. Whoops, boar. Okay, now coming back. Nice save there of Stark. Going for one of the... kind of. Best player isn't Viper, it's Togao. Not 100% sure. Aye. Surprisingly, Robo is subscribed there as well. He doesn't need to guess, he just sees it. Yes. My matrix eyes. I noticed your channel some time ago, I just like German English. Well, then you came to the wrong channel, because this is professional English. Best players doubt your heretics. Well, on that Lumber can be in a sweet spot instead of that one. That side, but you can also add some nice CCs. Viper's map, pretty open when it comes to gold, but defensive stone, so it doesn't really matter. He will most likely get his defensive castle up anyways, and yeah, looks like none of the two will tower rush again. Obviously, not really the players who tower rush quite a bit. Me English is not so good. XD. What is professional English? Well, the thing you just heard. Kappa. Is Slav farm fixed in this patch? Yo! Oh, that's a good question. It's a very good question. I'd say no. We're playing with 5-6-1. Oh. No, okay. Yeah. Oh, agreeing with Robo. That really shows me that I was probably right. Well, actually, you heard of that guy, Dowd, as well, now that he's mentioned. Well, Dowd is probably the most achieving guy in all Age of Empires history. He was probably top 10 in the world from 2004 till now. And a long time he was top 1 even. Let's say 5 of those years he was top 2. So yeah, he is an absolute legend of this game. Was there bug with Slav farms, or what are you talking about, the nerf? Well, there was a bug that the farm bonus only worked properly if you were prior to having handcart and wheelbarrow. So now in 5.7 it works with wheelbarrow and handcart properly as well. Don't let Chris hear that. I hope he is not listening. You guys know that the first ever stream and broadcast on Twitch, Age of Empires 2, in a professional match was actually Dowd against Chris in a best of 21 series. And you know who casted that? So-called guy with his old name at that time, TC_Nearfield, with ripped dreams. No, not ripped dreams. The finished dreams. Title opening here by Stark. On the other side's Viper, as expected, going for the Janitors, yeah, Janissaries. I don't really see Stark having a good answer to that. Slavs. Good stuff. True legend, man. Oh god, you have no idea. Is there any way I can see that casting? Maybe, maybe not. It was horrible. We didn't have spectator function at that point, so it was me watching one point of view, like co-oping them, and Dreams co-oping the other one. And I had to ask, like, is he up? Yes, okay, how much resources does he have? And then he screams in, oh, he's building a second stable. So we had no all-seeing eye, no spectator overlay, obviously, and yeah, internet connection was horrible. It was dropping frames, but at that point it was the absolute highlight. And I got a lot of pictures from people being at work and watching competitive Age of Empires for the very first time. I believe it was like 2009-ish? Yeah. Okay, 2 scouts out, but what will that really achieve? What will scouts really do against Janissaries? I don't know. Ay. Never heard of him? Is he known in the community? Ay. Do you know the... Oh god, Viper! Oh god, mistake. Error! And Stark, light cap upgrade for him. Uh-oh. Now let's see what they can do. Pulling those villagers, needs to quick wall this stone here. Okay, it does that. Quick walls the wood. And it won't be... Oh, one villager down. And he maybe blocked that one. Like, what does he see? Sees the castle. Is the Viper quick walling? Not for now. Uh-oh, and that's still no loom. Oh, why didn't he catch one? Okay, Viper squeezing in loom. Viper in full panic mode, yeah. Fortress complete woodline though. Okay, it seems somewhat okay. And he keeps track of all the light cap at all times as well.
Danke für den Einsatz.
My pure pleasure. He was thanking me for my dedication. And yeah, tune in tomorrow at German Day as well, please. You're very welcome. And okay, now let's see, trying to pressure those palisade walls a bit. But yeah, it can easily get repaired. And the Viper in the end, well, he lost 1 villager, but forced 3 scouts and the light cap upgrade. That's totally fine for him. Now even going for extra TCs. Yeah, he could have delayed that castle quite a bit, but didn't go for it in the end. It was obviously reasonably close to the TC. Now trying to debate a bit, even next TC coming up, and now Jenny from long distance. Can just camp here, can slowly close down the distance against light cap. Actually doesn't really want to do that, just wants to be safe, close to the TC, and will clear up those light cap. No problemo. What is Stark going for? 1 TC, 2 TC, and his starting TC. 6 villages ahead. And well, he obviously wants to go into some Ram Harbor action later on. Let's see if he actually gets there. Looking at the AU2 competitive scene is like starting history for me. Well, then I should make like a history channel, because I've been around for probably longer than most guys in the community. Like seriously, I've been playing since 2001 without really skipping too much. I only learned of the competitive scene in 2016, so hearing nearly of doubt talk about AU2 competitive scene in 2009 was really fascinating. Well, we had a competitive scene before that, but we didn't have streams. We had competitive scenes like old. There was a guy from Kazakhstan. He was called Arbalet, who then later made... he was the sponsor of Legion Clan, where Chris played for a very long time and got famous, and Doubt played there as well, forming an ultimate team at one point. And yeah, he sponsored like every year like 30k tournament, including DM games as well. And yeah, that was like the biggest thing every year. But yeah, it was just 4 players playing against each other, and everyone else had to watch the recs. So you kind of looked when they're scheduled, waited in the room till they finished, and then waited 15 minutes in the game room, or like in the lobby of the forums, so that the winner uploads their point of view, because yeah, we were far away from avoiding spoilers at that point, and then you watch the recs. Yeah, and those had like, the good ones, the finals had like 5k downloads even. Only people watching recs. It was so nice. And yeah, in one of those tournaments I had my biggest success ever in my Age of Empires career. Beating a star team formed around Doubt that we beat in the semifinals. Only losing to BSK. Including of Grant, I believe Halen and KCAP at that point. And Elklan. So we got third in front of team of Doubt, Rami and Geek at that point. And yeah, we're super happy. KD at the moment, 4-1. So not a lot of stuff happening, but we see Stark now going on to crossbow man, and we'll try to defend against those Janissaries. Nearly's history podcast. Wouldn't that be funny? I will like with like casting of one highlight scene of every tournament. Was funny, like someone on Reddit today asked about some old recs from 2004 and something, and I knew some of those players and still have some recs from that time. I offered him to send the other ones, but didn't really have the exact game that he wanted. Oh, interesting move by Stark. Look at that. He ungarrisoned the first 2 archer, the back 2 archer ranges. So that Viper thinks all the archers are still here, but then trying to intercept reinforcements coming around. But the Viper had one scouting Janissary sword and is now pressuring the Aisho and getting more and more kills. Will just go back and will not get caught off guard here. Well, seems like he is getting 1, but should have done better there. Okay, and now Viper, how is he microing this? He's converting to the front and hitting the front as well. It seems like Stark could clear this up. Quite a nice move, and actually 10 villages ahead. Stark playing this quite nicely. That's 2 defense here for the Viper, and he didn't read that situation well enough. And sweet move here by Stark. Not microing enough, but that was a sweet clear up and preventing Viper to go back. And Stark at the moment in quite a solid dominating position. Now the Viper is forced to go on to some Mangonels. The question is Stark's eco good enough behind that? And seems like his 3 TCs were running quite well, and obviously the Slavs eco better than the Turks eco here. 4 TCs for the Viper though. We'll try to catch up. Viper safely got Relic in the meantime, and patrolling this one. Yeah. Viper bought 100 wood. Just for handcart? That's interesting. To snipe down the light cav, and then the Mangonels will be quite a bit of a threat against all the Shossamen, and Stark, after losing light cav, just wants to retreat. Oh, but actually on skateboarding armor now and bloodlines and an outside TC, so he's playing it somewhat castle heavy still. Is he going for mass knights now? It'd be so weird for me. Let's keep a track of that stable. He wants to go up to him first before going on knights, which makes more sense to me. Has 1 or 2 villagers. I'm not even sure if he has ballistics. We can see that now. Oh, we can't. Since we'll be a bit short. Oh, actually gets a kill there. That's brutal. Oh, no, the Viper will have the pressure on. And now going for the second building. That was Stark was lacking all this time. And both will reach Imperial Age pretty much at the same time here. The Viper with the second aggressive castle will stay on bombard cannon Janissaries as it seems. And what will Stark have as an answer? At the moment it seems like lots of light cav, maybe some knights as well. Trying to repair this. Not trying to micro at all against the Viper here. Somewhat of reasonable control over here, maybe overbuilding houses. He has 4 archery ranges, 4 stables as well, and a barracks which helps him with the pop as well. And now again, trying to go for the splits. Oh, beautiful move here. And that's quadruple splitting. Let's take a look. Magnets in the back. Nice ground attacks here. And Stark is trying to run around, but focusing too much on the Janissaries maybe. Closing down the distance now. That's a beautiful move here by Stark. Viper killing his own Magna. And that was a beautiful, beautiful micro here by Stark. Killing all the Magnets, killing so many of the Janissaries, killing the reinforcement. Now I think he should retreat though, because now he's outnumbered. But that was very cost efficient, but those were 6 crossbowmen and 2 cavalry that he should have saved. That's a risky castle for me. Oh, that's a risky castle. Let's go into Viper's point of view. Will he see that one? Will he focus on the TC? Oh, that's so good for Stark. That's so good for Stark. He will get that castle up. Oh. Such a lucky thing for Stark. I think he needs fletching to really defend against the Magnals now, but and Viper will be so confused, like, how did you get that up? He shouldn't have any army. And indeed, military count is 23 in favor to 10 of Stark here, who is still trying to go for some knights without any upgrades. The Viper very active with his Janissaries and tries to see what's going up here. And you know what I really hate is idle chat. So now I will prepare a small pyramid and let's see if it goes through. And yes, it does, because you are lazy people who are backseat gamers and enjoy it. Exactly what I like, but not in my chat. Bombard cannon. Pretty solid mass now, Janissaries all around. And oh, the knights now coming in. What can they really do? Whoa, and losing just so many more. It's not really a thing. Going for artillery now, elite Janissary, cavaliers. So they are trying to get all the upgrades, but will that be enough? I think the Viper's mass will just be too good. And the Cavaliers, what do they have in upgrades? +2 for now. Viper, does he really want to overcommit here? Stark, I think he needs quite a bit of rams as well. Now going for cap rams, going for the +4 defense. Is trying to go for the run around again, and the Viper doesn't see it. Did he just go for town watch, or was that artillery +2? It gave him the range. Viper now trying to go back, is going for a barracks for the first time. And trying to go for the ground attack. Stark could have gotten all this army off, or could have catched it off guard, but didn't. Is my chat not loading? Oh god. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Okay, my chat just disconnected. And I thought, like, why is no one writing something for ages? Okay. Did I get the pyramid, guys? I have no idea. Maybe I didn't even post a pyramid on the official version. What is Twitch doing to me? Okay, let's take a look. Cavaliers now trying to take a good hit here against the bombard cannon. 1 down, make that. Only 1 down. And a lot of Janissaries lost here. Tough one for him. Now going for camels is the Viper. Adding mass stables here, maybe going for hussars. think camels makes a bit more sense. Trap sneaking around. And indeed he is going for camels. Must not lose those walls though. Camel just trying to be annoying. Shouldn't really kill that trap here. And oh, Cavaliers again trying to snipe some bombard cannons that were heard from before. Now trying to focus down this one and preparing a Ramgo at the same time. Stark still in a reasonable position here, I would say. KG better for the Viper, but he needs to get onto camels. But then what is good against camels? Some halberdier, and we see Stark already preparing that transition, and he's going for onagers as well. Maybe pure siege halberdier against Turks. That could get tricky, I believe. Stark has a pretty good shot in this one. Oh. Viper, okay, now finish that trap off. More Cavaliers around. The Viper trying to go with some manual defense, but this will get tricky for him. Not a lot of damage output by him against Rams. It's obviously not great. Heavy camel upgrades still take some time to deal with the Cavaliers properly. Start getting some raids in. But Stark is also losing quite a bit here. Investing quite a bit, and oh, this time the Viper didn't rebuild his monastery. But saved it with 3 villagers repairing. Ay. Last minute save there with all the Magno shots as well. That was a pretty beautiful defense this far. Still pretty safe. Left hand side, right hand side seems pretty safe as well. Building more and more stables. Goal on Mass Hasar now. The upgrade was obviously free. Goes on +2 attack here and clears up all the Shrams. This suddenly looks very good for the Viper. Just by the movements of Stark and the defense of the Viper in the last minute. Rally count still 4-0, and that also gives Viper the spot to really chill this out, play this defensively, and just know that if it goes in a super long game, he has the good position. Going for heavy CA now? Well, Turks have the best CA in the game, agree to that, but still, does he have that much gold? I think staying Jennies and Hussars would have been the better choice. Tiger D70 doing a Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, mate, supporting my channel. Off that gold for now, and that's a solid farm eco. I wouldn't mind summer mills, but oh well, that farm, well, she's going over here. Ay, what can Shakri do? Now trying to go for some desperate siege, going for treadmill trains, trying to get some more upgrades in. Zipahi is indeed coming, so those heavy CA now have 100 HP, something we don't see too often. Viper completely maxed out. We have Stark at a solid 180 pop, but just an army that won't really do much. Yeah, he will probably raid those villagers, but can he ever clear up the army of the Viper? I don't see it coming. He needs mass siege now, but doesn't really have any gold left anymore. Maybe over here, but only 3 villagers working on that. It's pretty shabby. And actually could send more, so that's surprising to me. And it's also surprising to me that he's simply not getting that other relic. Okay guys, maybe Maggie or CR are pretty strong as well. It has to be one of the two. Let's agree on that. Oh, going for the quick walls. Not sure if that's completely walled now. Well, kind of looks like it. Interesting. Bombard cannons pressuring the castle. Traps were being built and set up to defend against that, but now unprotected because the wall up over here. Some unsuccessful raiding. Well, it is successful, but not doing enough damage there. By investing 30 army to kill 6 villagers and then fall back again. Not the greatest thing. Viper even going for guilds. Knows that he has a good eco to sell some food. At the moment at 39, wood at 49. That's quite interesting. Normally you see wood being sold before food. Going for masonry and upgrade, that's not too important. Grasnia coming for Stark, so maybe he can get some good halberdier engagements. Going for quite the nice walls, so I like how Stark is defending this, but I just feel he is too far behind. But he is pop limit now as well. Take a look what the Magnals can answer. And Onager is getting sniped. This looks good for the Viper, even getting the stone spots now of Stark. And that's quite a ballsy move. Mangle surviving. Can you show Stark resources? Of course I can. Not looking too great. Not having any gold for quite some time. Kind of investing everything in the right hand side push, which is instantly getting shut down. The 60 military for him, it's simply not the efficient one. Heavy CA now coming over and they are just doing so much damage, having so much HP and being so mobile. Plus a very strong unit all around. Janitary push continues, no answer to those rams. The Viper in full control. It felt for one moment that Stark could have done something there, but then probably in mid to early imp just wasted his army, didn't really play to the strengths of his civilization, went onto a lot of cavaliers. Well, actually pretty nice when it comes to using his farm eco, but I believe more siege had to be the answer against a Turk player who with his mass janissaries sometimes doesn't really find the answer to mass halberdier and rams, but this time the Viper clearly did. Kept his Magnals alive as well. Bombard cannons were pretty active. In the meanwhile, due to all the aggression in Cast Age, got 4 relics, now trying to even go for the 5th one. That's a ballsy move for sure. And no answer can really be found by Stark against all those Janissaries. Now, in the eco here, the Viper in complete control. Look at that army strength. So heavily on gold as well, against a guy who's going for trash only. Oh god, he's really getting the 5th relic. Oh, this guy is so ballsy. Yeah, let's take a look. Well, at what? Even if you get 2-3 beautiful Onager shots off. Population would be even, map control would be far away from even. CA actually taking quite a beating from an halberdier there. But Stark has to tap this out. 2-0 dominant game number 2 by the Viper. It was a closer one, but did we ever really fear for the Viper? Kind of no. Defense just felt like Janissaries could not really be answered, and that's what I said earlier. The Viper, if he goes for Turks, will be pretty tough for any civ to answer that, and maybe losing Slavs there isn't what he really wanted. I hope Viper puts down that win for annoying Stark. I will get myself a tea. Be right back. I didn't even start yet. Only arena players have no chance against good all-around players? On arena, you say? Well, the definition of a good arena player is completely different than a good all-around player. Why Eddie not playing this tournament? He already got eliminated quite early on. Against Ruben Stock, I believe. Okay guys, let's take a quick peek at what civilizations we can still expect out of the players. We don't have Turks anymore, and we don't have Slavs anymore. So Stark maybe go for Ethiopians now. I think Mind Games would be good if he goes for Celts. I think the Viper will now play Vikings. Maybe we'll see Ethiopian against Vikings. Nice cup. Which kind of tea? Citrus Earl Grey. I bought it when I was in Brighton a month ago. MoA5. Eddie could beat Viper, but he's too inconsistent. Well, but Eddie didn't really know how to react to tower rushes. That wasn't good. Eddie not in the brackets? Well, he lost before that. There was a qualification stage. The bracket is only the last 16. Nilly, why did you move your from your old account to Nilly AOE? Because it was too tough to write for most people. Everyone was calling me Nilly anyways. And I wanted to be higher if you search my name. Or like if you search Age of Empires or AOE on the internet. I wanted to occur higher on all the Google lists. It's earlier to pronounce. It's easier to write. Easier, I want to say. AOE Nilly? Well, I thought about that combination as well, honestly. I asked a lot of people what's better. I even thought about Nilly AOE without an underscore. That could have made a bit more sense because, for example, YouTube channels, you cannot have an underscore, so I can never have Nilly underscore AOE. Yeah, that's basically the only reason. I think I saved myself Nilly AOE on Twitter and Facebook. Yeah. I would like Nilly Boy. Well, that doesn't really make sense. I think it was pretty good renaming. And the moment was pretty good as well, because I started a lot of streaming, so yeah. Like, it's never a good moment to rename yourself, but the later the worse. Oh god, the tea is hot. Jesus Christ. Okay guys, let's jump into game number 3 here. We will have indeed start playing with the Celts. His pick number 5 or something, 4 I believe. And on the other side we have the Viper. Now going for berries as well. Has quite a lot of resources here in the back. Even found 2 sheep that he isn't really collecting. And has double berries inside as well. Oh yeah. And I believe Stark should... Oh god, oh god. Okay, Stark is retreating, but Viper got a hit more off. I believe Stark should have won this one then. Hey, that's surprising to me. Stark is retreating. Why didn't you go back to your original Berlin, whatever backward it was? Easier to remember. Well, if you can't remember it, how could this be easier to remember? Near rep the best. Yeah, near rep _1 was my very first online nick. This looks like a tower rush to me. A Stark. Guys, finally some aggression. Oh, the Viper just camping this out here. He's queuing up. Oh yeah, tower rush with some archers. Look at the Meadow of Stark. Not the greatest one for sure. We open and we see Stark running around, trying to take a good look, and Viper is now inside, and he sees that. Why is Stark not inside his walls? Ah, yeah, that's so bad. The Viper will see the tower rush coming. Oh god. Oh god. So why is that always happening? Look at that, he sees the tower rush. He sees the tower rush 2 minutes earlier than he should. 3 minutes earlier than he should. I'm not sure if he really should go on those berries though. Oh, did he see the tower rush? Yeah, he sees the villagers outside now. Sees Loom, and indeed he's deleting the mill. Nice reaction. Now skipping villagers, just doing Loom, and then he will be up. We'll send some villagers on stone. All the perfect reactions for him. Or by him. Grandma? What? Oh, nice move by Stark as well here. An outpost and a house. Viper now sending 3 villagers around. We could see a tower rush, tower up here. Ooh, did he only send 3 villagers? Villager number 4 coming now. Still no tower up though. Oh, he didn't send villagers on stone, and that's what he's realizing now as well. Or is he? Sending 4 villagers on tier? What is happening here? Archer range? Ay. And Viper's map is pretty solid. Defensive wood, defensive gold, defensive stone. Only has 2 farms. Hold that off. Already controlling that area. Don't think he will have too many losses. Loses his scout though. That's a good start for Stark in that regard. And forced a lot of houses. However, might even have too many villagers on stone now. Going for the big farm eco. Now his wheelbarrow, something that Stark can only dream of. Constantly 1 villager behind as well. The Viper is still trying to go for some more scouting. Did he see everything here? Oh, didn't scout that area again. Defensive tower number 1. Actually, quite a slow one, if you ask me. And another tower. Okay. Why does Viper have 2 berry bushes? Beer bushes? Well, it's just random generation. Viper map hacks. And as I said, I would have loved to see that tower being built with more villagers, and now he's putting number 2, number 3, and finally number 4 and 5. Let's take a look if Stark can do something. Hit this rate. The loser that could find a happy with the Stark is likely. Well, isn't Shadow playing against happy first? I think so. So, and the Viper is just so happy with the situation. Not taking any real losses. Looking at defensive tower over here. Interesting. Going for fletching as well. Still didn't pick up his 2 sheep there. Well, small mistake. Okay, let's drink some. Stark resources. We have 100 wood, 100 food on this side. Oh, Stark doesn't even have a farm yet. So Viper with a way better eco. We'll drop some food. Just think about it. He had like 4 villagers aggressively. Built archers, archery range. Had 3 villagers on stone that aren't really getting resources. 3 villagers on gold. So his food and wood eco is just so much worse. Viper will get that tower up. We'll even kill the scout. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Viper, did you see the archers here? Oh yeah, and he's fearing the run by. Let's just hope to see Stark versus Happy Happy. Could be fun watching Shadow versus Spring match. No salt, no hard feelings, just no history involved. Yeah, sadly don't think that Shadow will allow that. But yeah, would be a beautiful one, for sure. Maybe too many riches and gold now. Ah, he's going on archers himself now. Okay, that makes somewhat sense now. Not 100% sure what's Stark. Maybe you just wanted to scout off. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, actually jumped in there. Last second. Viper, 400 food, enough gold if he skips archer production. On the other side, 300 food, enough gold as well. Now going for wheelbarrow. And the Viper will be ahead by 3 to 4 villagers, slightly behind the military, but that won't be too important. He's now using his sheep to scout that area. Interesting. Probably felt like, okay, I have enough farms running. Ah, sending some villagers over. And some archers into the tower. Trying to win that area. Oh, that's something we don't see too often. Stark now actually taking the deer of the Viper here. Replacing his lumber camps. A wee bit more efficient. Absolutely love that. I think he should have focused on getting 2-3 more farms early on. Viper now up on the way to Castle 8. And just in a beautiful position. Vikings loves to be in that position. To get the early pressure against him, to defend, have the better eco. And not really needed to fight. Simple reaction by the Viper. Somewhat same amount of towers, but everything later with better eco upgrades. How he just jumped into the tower? Seems like he could do that over the wall. And someone explaining the why Celts rush with the Vikings and Feudal on Arena. Well, somewhat mind games and somewhat... But it's out of range. Somewhat like mental block playing against Viper. And maybe also he didn't want to maybe get early impressed by the Vikings. So felt like he needed to make it a weird scrappy game. Second archery range now. So I'm expecting siege workshop here and a big pressure at that side as well. And yeah, the map for Stark wasn't nice either. DM, well, remember DM starts in post-imperial age. So you can go on onagers and SO quite easily as well. In Warrior Kingdoms you can cut with onagers. 20 minutes no cut is a setting that a lot of people are playing. I'm going for Vodka and Arrow, going for the defensive siege workshop here as Viper, and I'm drinking my tea. What? Ay, Vodka and Arrow helping out so much. I'm not sure if he really wants to build another tower here. Okay, Crossmen are trying to get some aggression done. Stark getting all the upgrades as well. Viper will probably get 1 or 2 bodies up and then retreat because he doesn't really want to fight against that tower as well. And yeah, so no losses there. All fine for him. I even hear a university being built. Where was that? Oh, over here. Trying to get guard tower. Somewhere we don't see too often. Should wall the other gold piles? Well, this one will be tough because it's somewhat in range of the 2 towers. He's walling that one, which is nice. This one is a neutral one, which wouldn't hurt to be walled as well. Guard tower, let's take a look. Oh, the Viper's still trying to repair, trying to get some damage done against those crossbowmen as well. But for now, oh god, and the crossbowmen even walking in front of the tower. Now 50 HP only left, and the Magnots are clearing this up, getting some shots done, and that was some small loss for st4rk as well. I think he needs to make something happen now in Castle Age. His eco will be just way too far behind against the Viper, who already built 1 extra TC. Well, that's it for now, but probably we'll just go for... Oh, what is this? Sneak around Monk? Just needed some walls. Oh god, sneak around crossbowman. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Now that's going to be interesting. Oh god, 10 crossbowmen. Well, that will take some time till he's there though. Take a look if st4rk sees that. Ah, he just has too much vision. He should see it. In that area. Question is if he's actually watching. But now he's getting attacked on that outpost as well. Gets the attack sign, is building more Magnots himself. He should see it, and the flag is not giving a good indication as well. That's its peaceful siege tower. Oh, crossmen coming over. Too obvious. Feels bad, man. The Viper, I think he should fight here. The siege tower is just debating. Oh god, they are having fun. Those are pretty low. And the siege tower would soak up so much damage. I think the Viper could have microed there. Here's the tower of the tank, exactly that. Now going for the university. st4rk is looking at 58 villages, 3 TCs, 100 food. On the other side we have the Viper. Already looking towards Imperial Age here. Only 2 TCs for him though, but the smoother production all along. That's such a funny scout for him now. Running around, and then we will have Arbalest. Already beat Viper. Play better than him. He is a human being. Siege tank got nerfed in speed. If you have units in it, he's faster. Oh, look at that, Magnots. They have a mission. They want to kill that one. Oh, ground attack. Oh god, Viper. He's enjoying his time. Flatten that one. Now castle up. We'll protect that gold spot. Viper has a lot of wood there. Yeah, goes for market, exactly what I wanted to see at that point. And only 2 TCs. Interesting. st4rk on the other side will click up to him pretty soon as well. He gets maybe onto onagers. He could still be in a good spot. Going on to more archery ranges, and that timing of the Viper, 2 minutes, kind of needs to use that. Dark has enough stone for a castle himself, is going for the walls though. I think he just needs to fall back, get his Celtic Fury card on his attack, and then it's looking pretty good. That's easier said than done. What's the Viper out on the map here? Oh, manuals. Oh god, that's a good shot. Okay, going for fortified walls. Still not very efficient against the siege tower. Wouldn't it be funny to allow like fortified walls to not use siege towers anymore? And then you needed to do an upgrade to actually climb over it again. Lots of map control here by Stark at the top. Even going for that sneak around gold here. Arbalest upgrade. Finished now. And has all the upgrades coming. So soon we will have every single upgrade on those Arbalest. Trap trying to open that, but didn't even hit the shot. Interesting. Nice map control still by the Viper, but he needs to get onto something else as well. He cannot play this Arbalest only. Relic count at the moment 0 to 0, so no one really cared about that. Workshop denied here. Lacking some gold to get on his upgrade. Now has enough. I want to see that upgrade ASAP, and indeed he is going for it. Will be interesting how the Viper will play this out. He can take good engagement after the orange upgrade is being researched, or if he can maybe still do some damage. Strange nobody got relics. Well, it was a tower rush into crossbowman, so it's tough to really have a good timing for that. Viper is just the most complete player of them all. Lyri might have the better micro, so slightly worse decision making. Doubt has probably better decision making, but worse macro and way worse micro. Yeah. And so we could go on the list and list everyone why he's worse, but Viper is just a super beast. Maybe Lyri is the next one to beat him. Or... well, that's at least what everyone is hoping for, right? He was only one game away in Cologne and only one game away in Masters of Arena. No, King of the Desert, I want to say. To uncrown him, but in the end, Lyri always only got second. Only there was a big 1v1 tournament around to maybe test their skills again. Wouldn't that be lovely? For now, we'll see the Viper dominating still with a heavy amount of army. 33 for him, 5 only for the Celts. St4rk, who now obviously, if he doesn't really get the upgrade, will only fight Onager against Onager. That shouldn't really make him happy. Now I could even trade this off. Don't tell me he's losing that Onager. Oh, F me. Well, that didn't work out too well for him. At the same time I hear some rams and St4rk simply not really getting onto the Onager account, floating so many resources but didn't get the siege workshops up. No other army, just think about how efficient a single knight would be over here. At the same time, Viper is active over here, and that's a big raid. Luckily for St4rk, he sees it instantly. But quite a lot of losses. And just look at that KD as well. That siege workshop is going down as well. Let's try to repair it, but no, not in time. I'm focusing down the Onager, and then one single Arbalest is just doing so much. Viper trying to out-micro this. Now going for the split. Did get some losses against him. Even the tree was somewhat hit. Center somewhat preparing this push. And Viper just goes for Arbalest Onager. Seems to be the killing composition. And now switching on to some light cap, I believe. Exactly what he needs. Some mobile stuff that can kill Rams pretty sweet. Oh, even going for Cavaliers for the ballsy, more gold intense version. Well, he can afford it. He has 1 relic to none. Sabel still, oh god, because of them kissing the mill, the Onager isn't auto attacking. Ay 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 ay. They are still active over here. Those riders without any real upgrades, not even elite, won't really do something against the dozen of Arbalest. Not trying to reward that, I like that. But another castle coming. Those Onagers aren't really denying that either. And if he wants to open those walls, he instantly needs the wall behind it. Does not want the knights to get in there. And just losing Onager after Onager. And look at that KD. The Viper actually going for the cheap units has doubled the kills of Stark. That simply should not happen. And that Ram getting the new TC as well. So in the old base there. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, Stark with Celts. Well, he isn't really profiting from his Celts bonus, right? He doesn't have SO, he doesn't have Celtic Fury car, so he isn't fully there with the tech. As if we say, like, Frank is losing to Saracens, with both players going Mass Knights and Castle Age. Not really important. If you are not getting to your full potential, the Civ isn't that important. But that is just so bad over and over again. We see Onagers just dying. So bad waypoint. Stark is surely not playing on his very best. Finally, those Arbalest got cleared up. Trying to get the eco running, but 40 more pop for Mr. Viper. That ram attack actually did something. Watching in Harvard here, now trying to go for the next step. I think Viper should take the sauna break after game 4. Well, surely he could. Let's go into his view log. What is Stark doing at the moment? Trying to get some more villagers up. Trying to get his Harvard upgrade numbers higher. Trying to defend there. No relics picked up by him yet. Still, only 6 military. To micro here. Defensive stand ground. That's a nice move. Doesn't want to go into the castle. Some quick walls. I want to see if the top is a big attack. Maybe threatening him. Now the market wants to maybe sell some resources. It's getting guilds. Queued up some more villagers. And wants to go down to SO. But the SO is still history. So number 1 down, but not before killing 4 Arbalest as well. Onagers around, and not anymore. Those Cavaliers actually did some damage, but let's take a look at that micro here. The Viper again getting another Onager before the Onager actually started shooting. The micro of the Viper was just so good. Had his Onagers over here, pulled them back, the other Onager to the front. Micro against that. Stark didn't refocus. Well, he's finally getting some traps. That's good for him. But military count again down to 15. Viper in his 30s, controlling that gold spot over here now. And Stark is tapping out. This is a 3-0. And well, did we ever see the Viper being a real threat in this series? I don't think so. He looked so calm, so controlled, always knew what he wanted to go for, knew he had the better eco, went for Arbalest, instantly attacked by Onagers as well, the trap pressure, didn't really care about the gold, cleared it in the long run, thought about the relics for the late game, eco was rolling pretty nicely, so much map control, and yeah, even debating and enjoying the game. He is living the AoE life of our dreams. KD, so brutal. Largest army, only 22 for Stark, and that, I believe, could have even been an early castle age. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. With that, after him, he never got into any army anymore. Ay, 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 ay. Maybe Stark should take a sauna break. That would make sense. Arena is actually the perfect map for Vipers, it seems. Because he is very bad at rushing and flushing. I know what he wanted to say. Like, it's a lot about strategy, decision making, and he's just the best at that. So we are now out of Vikings, and now we are out of Celts. Game number 4, Britons or Indians for the Viper, and Ethiopians or Portuguese for Stark. Indians actually not performing too well against Portuguese and Ethiopians, I'd say. Still okay-ish. But Britons, I think if he just goes Britons, crossbows, he wins the game. Britons versus Ethiopians. Maybe. I think if I was Stark, I would try to throw in a curveball and play something crazy with Portuguese. Not Ethiopians. Viper said he favors Indians versus Portuguese. Yeah, I can see that. Because Indians, he wants to go for scouts and a good boom against Portuguese potential monk rush. Who could have had a shot at upsetting Viper on Arena? Miguel? No, not Miguel. Well, Eddie, obviously. And this is getting short. I think Eddie has the best chances on Arena. Maybe someone like Keith, playing a very one-dimensional style, but can have some variance and success. Okay, quick toilet break, and then I'm back. Tyron, welcome. Portuguese would mean a defensive game? Not sure. They have a pretty strong monk rush. 5,500 AOC viewers, man. Well, Sunday evening, that's good. And it's a Viper game, so that's good as well. Trust me, we'll break 10k this year. I don't think there's any player capable of winning Viper in Arena in long series. Maybe. Maybe. Last player was Loiser, I remember. He won Viper in winner bracket, but in grand finals won with his Loiser 2 sets. Yeah, that was true. That was a good series. AOC growing fast. Will grow even faster. There's such a good year of Age of Empires to come. Yeah, you have no idea, guys. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Literally has no shot on Arena. Viper's winning everything. Sadly. Yeah, I'm running up Arena Arabia. Well, what can you do if he's the best player in the world? But yeah. People are, at least Zoomstock did give him a good run for his money yesterday. Not like Stark today. Riot can win Viper. Well, he can, but he won't win a best of 7 series. Jordan? I believe if Jordan is getting back into shape, he took a map against Viper there on King of the Desert and had advantages in 2 other games as well. He looked scary there. Doubt really needs to get into shape at the moment. I think at the moment he wouldn't have a lot of chances. People are scared to play against the Viper? Yeah, they absolutely are. Question for you is if the definitive edition will kill the HD when they will be released. I think so, yeah. When AV2DE comes out, everyone will switch over there. At least that's what I'm expecting. Jordan has no chance at the moment, yeah. At the moment, I think so as well. Is only the professional player being able to live off AOC? That's not wrong. That's not right. There are more. Okay, guys, let's jump into game number 4. And it is exactly as we expected, a Stark Ethiopian against Britons Viper, and they are next door neighbors. Look at that, very close distance here. And we could see some aggression. Just this time close by to the berries, so that's pretty sweet for the Viper. Defensive gold, defensive stones even, and another defensive gold. So Viper has to be happy with his map. On the side, Stark, everything very close to his TC, somewhat into the direction of the Viper, but honestly, if the Viper is here and pressuring this area, it's not looking good for Stark anyways. Building a house quite openly. And going for the next board here. Let's take a look for onward. And Ethiopians? What can they really do against Britons? I have trouble to find that. Want to see Leary versus Viper in a best of 21? Wouldn't that be interesting? They had a best of 9, right? Well, if someone donates like $300 to $500, I think I can get them to play best of 21. Just PM me, guys. I can make it happen. Give me a date. Any other players can live off AOC? Yes. Okay, second lumber camp now by the Viper. And I like that Stark is trying to wall that off, trying to use his houses, kind of has a natural wall here. And well, it goes to the wood on the very left hand side. Maybe doesn't want to get pressured. Those crossbowmen, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They could actually deny that wood line over here if they park themselves here. Yeah. If you can go Siege Ram plus Arbalest versus Skirms as Ethiopians and win versus Britons. Well, I don't think that we will get into that kind of boom game. I expect the Viper to go on to Crossbowman, maybe some Mangonels, and really put on the pressure here in Castle Age. And yeah. then it's going to be tough. Stark needs to go back, and he is trying to play the defensive castle. Something I quite like. Maybe defensive castle, 2 XOTCs trying to go for the boom, and then into Arbalest himself, into Onager himself. Don't really think in 2018 Onager is a counter to Britons anymore. People just take way too good care of their Arbalest, crossbowman, longbowman. Dark will win 4-3. I would give you very good odds for that. Very good. Will $5 be enough for best of 21? No. Maybe. I think the minimum to let both of them commit to best of 21 would probably be $500. Because it's spread over several days. And if we do like... Yeah. Michael makes game unbalanced. Implement 3 ballistics from Dark Age. Wouldn't that be sweet? Then Doubt would finally play again. Well, where's 1%? Well, for a change, you're the 1%, right? And you only need 99 new friends. Oh, and the Viper's actually going for Longbowman. Interesting. Stark, trying to defend against a potential up here. Is he scared of a tower rush? Ay. Viper even building the market with only 1 villager. It's kind of weird. We'll see the villager finishing before the stable, before the market. I have a small idle to see here. I'll get it in and click. Could have saved like 5 seconds there, but it's all fine. I will add 1%. There are like 5k viewers at the moment. If everyone donates $5, we would have the best 21 for the rest of the year. That's so true. Yeah. Would you prefer a random 1v1 tourney winners over one dominant but analyzable winner? I wouldn't. What is analyzable? Like, that I can analyze his game, or that I understand how he wins? I would love if we have different winners. I think it would be so much better for the game. At the moment it's all, at least for me, if I make my tournament, I'm trying to design settings where I think, okay, how can I have competitive games where the Viper won't be dominant? And yeah, I just won my last 1v1 tournament, so it's a toughie. But those were fun games for sure. Or maybe if all the rich people didn't just randomly donate thousands of dollars to streamers for nothing, we could have had a 100k tournament by now probably. I kind of feel a lot of hate out of you. You think they're seriously donating for nothing? A lot of streamers are living off this. If they wouldn't get a $1,000 donation here and there, they probably wouldn't continue doing that. No engagement over here. I would say the Viper wins. Who's the better player? Is it Stark or is it Viper? It is the Viper, obviously. Easy. Okay, XOTC is now for Viper and Stark. The castle will be there, and how about Arena and Arabia Medley tournament? I don't really see the benefit of that. But if you like that idea, actually there was a Champions League, I believe in late 2016, I believe. Yeah, where winners of all the big tournaments at that point were invited. It was Fire, Masters of Ireland, it was Tato, Master of Mega Random, it was Winchester representing Masters of Arabia, or like the King of the Desert thing before that he got second, and Viper as Masters of Arena. And they played settings on all those. It was pretty interesting, pretty nice games, and most of them actually won their kind of home maps. They had to play 4 games in the group stage. There was some drama, fire, but it was an interesting tournament for sure. Act like he was living from his royalty money from his ebook, yeah. Yeah, it sold so much. I knew it would be like super famous, so I bought 8 versions as well. Or 8 editions. And yeah, still 7 originally sealed. So I'm not sure if I ever need to work again. I don't think so. Catching up 1 relic. The German community is growing right now, mark my word. Okay, I will mark them. Otherwise I would not have known. I was playing this quite defensively, didn't really want to show this castle. Dark didn't even go for Town Watch, which I think could have made some sense. Oh, I was just around. We'll go for some long moment and look at the villager count. 16 more for Dark. He's just going full beast mode here. 4 TCs. And this could get tricky. The Viper won't really have the biggest of pressures here. And Stark even sitting behind the second layer. Stark! Maybe starting his comeback right here, right now. Are you competing in this tournament too? No. I'm not a big fan of playing Arena myself. I'm competing in a lot of other tournaments. In one of them I just played against the Viper yesterday. Of course the German community is growing just because of Rocket Beans 3. I, for example, wouldn't be here as a sub if it wasn't for them. Thank you so much, Rocket Beans. Okay, long moment out now. Botkin arrow being researched. And he has kind of solid pressure point. I missed your response, feels bad, man. Let's see if I can scroll up. When the different winners make it seem so random, and I want to see what went wrong which stage of the game. I mean, the different winners make it seem so random, and I want to see what went wrong. I still don't get it. Sorry, Glassfeld. 4 CC now for the Viper, but that one is pretty fresh. Probably not even produced a single villager yet. And the Viper kind of needs to get some aggression done here. Take a look how Stark is trying to defend this. Heavily on stone, wants to get a castle up. That palisade wall still going strong here. Mangonels, range 7 against Longbowmen, range 8. Viper should see it. His scout actually not being healed up yet. Oh, debating with the scout here. Where is he? Oh, 1 Longbowman down. Oh god, yeah, he's just toying with him. Oh, but losing 2 Longbowmen already. Stark is up to him. Aye, aye, aye. Ground check, ground check, ground check. Not really. Interesting. Okay, and getting more walls up. This looks good for Stark so far. Now it's still not healed. Means the Viper's just going for all the relics. Now up to 3. Stark has Loom. So that's quite nice. Right. Take a look. That could be a villager snipe. Now going for a Geoman. And it's just going back. Okay, is the Viper up to Imperial Age as well? Only 400 food. And still 20 villagers behind. Stark is in a good position here. Scout killed. Okay, but now 9 range. Oh god, this is so imba. Oh, nice! Did you see that? Shot and continued going forward. Ay, 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 ay. Defensive castle for Stark, and I think Viper could just put himself over here. He sees that castle, and we have a Mangonel coming out. Oh, I didn't see ballistics being researched yet, though. Angle shot, not happening this far. Viper trying to micro against that. He's still so active. Oh, I didn't really want to commit there. Now falling back, sees Stark and Imp and the Viper in some troubles. Stark can get onto his mass siege, can get the Onager attack again, but as I said before, I don't think that Onager is really the answer. I think he needs to go more for the ram type of units. Dark is playing scared and defensive? No, that was just beautiful. Knowing exactly what his enemy was trying to go for. I like that. Angle and move back away. Good job, good job. 9 range is so imbalanced, yeah. Doesn't feel right. 2 more range than a Mangonel. How is that fair? Oh, 1 more range than an Onager. A castle unit outranging an imp unit. So weird. Viper's eco slowly growing as well. Now at 90 villagers himself. And keeping up the pressure here. What is he controlling? He's controlling 1 gold, 1 stone. Is he seeing that gold over here? Yes, he is. So should maybe get some units over there as well. We'll have 5 relics though. And only now going for ballistics. That's kind of late if you ask me. But still okay-ish. That was a misclick. It's time to maybe build a defensive monastery again. Now the Onagers. And now this will be Masters of Arena 3 winner bracket finals. Celts against Brits. Viper against MBL all over again. The Viper will try to dance. Oh, early siege engineers here by Stark. That's a good move. 9 range against 9 range. Viper probably needs to fall back. Needs to get more castles rolling for him. He's heavily on stone. But feels like he needs to get his numbers up first. And we'll give that castle up. Stark, where are the Rams? Well, he didn't really have the eco for the Rams yet. He is focusing on Onagers, trying to reclaim the eco, the base. And we'll get onto better eco slowly but surely. He's ahead in villagers. Has some firepower now. But just think about it. Like, if he sends 5 Rams forward and has nothing with that, Viper can just go onto 2 Magnals again. And yeah, could defend those off quite easily. 1 villager snipe. The Viper just casually goes back. He's building another castle. We see all the upgrades here for the Viper and suddenly 11 range there. Ay. Oh god, I think Shodels without any upgrades shouldn't really run in there. Okay, let's take a look. Some sweet snipe. The KD will be so brutal. What the? The KD is 8 to 5. We've only seen 13 units die in this game. Expected that to be more. Kill the trap. What, 2 more volleys? Waited for it to be unpacked so that the defense is getting lower. That was a pretty sweet move. Didn't want to go for more volleys, so already ran back, waited for it to be unpacked and then set off his last volley. Pretty sure that was intentional. Stark, I like his sneak around siege workshops. Viper continues to go for more villagers. Just another round here and, well, really wants to get stone as it seems. And should maybe go for a 3rd castle pretty soon. Getting some long distance damage done against the traps. Ay. Now Viper even going for Warwolf. And there's all the upgrades now. Onager going down one after another. Ay, that's just so brutal. Oh god. Will Viper make his 3rd castle? Not at that gold spot. Not at that gold spot. At the moment. Not caring too much about it. It seems like he wanted to build it over here. Don't like that idea too much though. Oh, he is. That's what you see. And yeah, he's just building them all at one place. Just wants him to have full production. And st4rk is going for more siege workshops. Sending over some longbowmen, wants to snipe those villagers. Should have a pretty brutal damage output here. And the range as well. But st4rk will get some home. Rally count is 5-0 as well. The Viper 12. Overall pop ahead. Military count pretty even. And only the villagers at the moment. Some idols here for st4rk. The Viper is playing this so perfectly. Look at that. One single idle villager at the moment. Make that 2 now. But that's just very, very nice play. Controlling the gold and the stone here at the front. Killing some more villagers. Getting the 2 extra gold spots as well. And what is he doing over here? Trying to go for a guard tower rush into that gold, that it seems. We don't see too often. And indeed he's going for a keep. Oh god. So that will be a tower rush. More tricky siege workshops around. The Viper needs some answers to that. Maybe go on to some light cav. He's going for onagers for now. Okay, onage attack and mangonel production once he found at home. And still feels like this is a good spot to kill some villagers. Especially because st4rk is running out of his gold. Those villagers just wanted to mine some more. But not the perfect spot. What is st4rk going for now? He is going for a lot of arbalest and... Oh, well, that was a pretty solid win here. Solid amount of villagers died and denying the 2 towers. Big problem still is though, no control over that gold and stone. Really hurts him. The Viper going on the outside here. Now goes for siege engineers himself. And why is he falling back here? Seems like he is expecting a big ram attack here. And feels like, oh god, if I die here, this could end the game, so better defend properly. But, well, it's only some rams. Not followed up by anything. Oh, now building a defensive keep here as well. 8 plus 6 damage. Pretty sick. Yeah, Viper's resources are just so mishy, like even selling some food already. Yeah. And now getting guilds, and then he will sell even more. He's playing the very long game here. Has onagers around to fight off the rams coming in from Mr. st4rk, who's now going for siege rams. So maybe then he has a chance. But at the moment, that's just not how it works. Only rams, no real army. Actually, he has some army over here, so I will take that back. Can you show st4rk's resources? Of course. He's way lower. Has some... map control though. He's at pop 180, now even higher than the Viper, so that's pretty sexy for him. How the engagements he can take. Viper sending another 1k food, 1k wood. He will have so much gold banked up. Onager is getting no. And Viper indeed now switching into light cav, or maybe even again onto cavaliers. We will see that pretty soon. Now going for some cap rams as well. Trying to focus down the siege workshops and yeah, feels pretty safe. Torsion engines now. I'm not even 100% sure what that is. Is that the speed upgrade for the production for the Rambit? Not really, right? Let's take a quick peek. Research term. Rams and onagers, more blast radius. Okay. Sweet stuff. You know that was a special attack. I thought it was a normal bonus. Karambit, I obviously mean Shotels. Ay. The rams are now doing something. And the Viper simply doesn't have anything that really fights back. Maybe sold too much food and wood. Yeah, with only 5 light cav, he could defend this so much easier. But at the moment, his weird onager defense now needs to pull villagers. Doesn't really have hoardings or masonry either. And we'll try to fight this off with the villagers. Let's take a look if onagers can really make it happen. Feels like Viper could save at 900 HP here. Now trying to go for the repair. Still 3 rams active, 2 rams active, getting it down. And that's a nice win here for Stark. And also did some pressure against those traps at the same time. Viper not really falling apart, but Stark is doing all the right steps. Now getting some shots off with his onagers. Nice stuff. Viper needs to retreat, and he needs to start playing like a man here. First time he's building a barracks at the moment. He's just playing it very defensively. Take a look at his resources again. Yeah, 6k gold there. He is clearly not dying, but look at that, 155 out of 165. And now going for the mass stable, something we would have loved to see earlier. Maybe he just switched into 80 cavaliers and ends the game that way. But now, fighting for the extra gold spot over here. Still 5 relics to none as well for the Viper, so he is fine if this goes very long. Oh, but Stark now trying to go and control his gold and stone there. Another castle of the Viper will fall. Oh, Viper could have some troubles. Needs to lead those walls. Onagers need to shoot. Okay, he actually gets some hits off. One village only repairing. Another volley. Can he maybe kill those traps? Third one is down. No. Okay. Shots will kill it. Well, killing 3 traps there. Ah, yeah. And yeah, indeed he's going for cavaliers. And now look at that. Viper, he's kind of throwing this game. Well, it feels like not really, because he still has endless amount of resources. But that's not a great game by him at the moment. Now he's showing his tech as well, so I want to see some barracks out of Stark. We'll have the free pikeman upgrade. Losing all his relics at the moment. Stark is fighting himself back in this one. Now Ethiopian Arbalest should do some damage. Onagers around though. Viper needs to keep at least 1 castle alive, so that he has something to complement his cavaliers. Otherwise it could get really tricky. Monastery being built, tries to regain the control over all those relics. Yeah, still mass cavaliers. Where is the barracks switch of Stark? Completely missing, and building more siege workshops. What is he thinking? Is he thinking he's winning this game? He's not taking care at the points at all, it seems. I think he has a pushing window. Ay. That feels like a big misread. Oh, and that's just so brutal as well. Trying to group up again, and just some longbows from long distance. Indeed, yeah. Doing what they are named after. Long distance snipers. Free harps doesn't make harps. He doesn't have free harps anymore. 5. Oh no, it's 5.61, right? Oh yeah, then he has free harps. Ay. Finally picking up the relics again. 1.8 golds of him. Stark pop 180. I got the same. Yo, Nerfred. Yo, Nerfred 999 fan. Huh? Not even the +2 at the moment. Check look, Onager. Oh, Trap's now focusing down the Onager. Let's take a look. And he's getting him. Well, trade-off. Okay, closing on this, and then that should be a lot of losses here for Stark. He was going in this fight with pop 190. All the Rams will die. This army is just getting shredded as well. Look at that, Cavaliers against Skirmishers. Obviously not really on the list of counters there. And Rams all died, and suddenly it's pop 160 with basically nothing left. 90 military, 220. The Viper, yeah, it had a small hiccup, but now getting the resources on the map, is reclaiming the relics, had the map control all along, and now is going for the final push here. Stark, still pop 170. And we'll lose quite a lot of villagers here at the front. So surprised that the Viper isn't going for all the upgrades. Now Stark needs to pull all those. Let's take a look at his resources again. Everything below 600. And needs to retreat even further. Now going below pop 150. Raid over at the right hand side is real. No map control in the north. Cavaliers doing some damage to him as well. Viper is charging up with the traps. 5 coming forward. Longbow man only with 1 castle, but seems to be enough. Viper's army just looks unstoppable at the moment. Point lead is just super brutal. And look at that KD. 320 to 120 as well. I said this could get you ugly, but I didn't expect that ugly. And some raids in the back here as well. More units going down. Well, that's not really a hit squad that can win this fight. I needed the Viper going for iron casting. Actually, sniping that mining camp is kind of bad for the Viper at the moment, because villagers will get over there again, kind of debating themselves into dying. Start playing his heart out. Now, wasn't that a weird moment to unplug my microphone? Got too excited here, the teams. No, it wasn't Twitch. It was really me hitting a USB cable in the back behind my PC, and it seems to be exactly the cable to my microphone. So that was a bit weird. And yeah, the Viper taking the clear 4-0 win here, and it went the shortest games, but it also weren't the closest games. Viper going into the grand finals, guaranteeing himself the advantage in the grand finals and at least top 2 spots. Stark will wait in the decider in the loser brackets against the winner out of Tato against CL. Let's take a look at the achievements here. Oh, KD was so brutal. And overall resources better for Stark, but gold, what was Viper was really counting on. $4K gold via relics as well.